Hey there, Shauna. Gary, welcome. Looks like we got a few people coming in here, so I am out and about. Hey there, Luann. I should probably actually put my glasses on. I just realized I can't see anything. Hey there, Andrew. Bloomington, welcome. Good to see you. I'm actually not in Indiana today. I'm over in Ohio. Be doing some filming over here for the next few days. Hopefully everyone can hear me all right. I have kind of tried to make it so you can see out the window. I don't know how long of a live stream I'm going to be actually doing tonight, but I just figured I'd check in from the room and hang out for a little bit here. So, yeah, we'll be filming a bunch of stuff in, Dayton, Ohio tomorrow. Well, Dayton area. I'm actually staying outside of Dayton. I'm not currently in Dayton, Ohio. I'm probably about 5-10 miles away. Very good. Thank you, Jerry. Or Gary, excuse me, Jerry. Wow. You can see how much I actually need my glasses. Where did I put my glasses? I think I know where they are. Okay, I'm going to get up here in a minute and get them. Hey there, Alberta. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, we're here in the hotel tonight. I just got here a couple hours ago. Been traveling most of the day, most of the afternoon, I should say. I got a little bit of a late start today. Was actually intending to head out on the road today and do a little bit of filming, but I didn't get anything done on the road today, so I'm just gonna kind of wake up early in the morning and head out and do a bunch of stuff around here. Obviously, as per the usual course, we'll be hitting some of the, excuse me, I just got done eating, so I apologize. But anyway, we'll be heading out and hitting some of the local cemeteries, some of the bigger stuff, and then I'm going to be here until Thursday morning. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to hit some of the bigger cemeteries here in, in Dayton. I'm not, like I said, I'm not currently actually in Dayton. I'm right outside of it, a little bit east of Dayton. And so I'm going to be heading in there tomorrow to pick up a few cemeteries there. And then time allowing, I'll head out tomorrow night and start heading to some more out-of-the-way country locations. And then Wednesday I will be doing a bunch of locations like that. I've got a bunch of stuff marked outside along the edges of the city, which are more like country type graveyards, more of the stuff that we're used to, the semi-abandoned, sort of decaying country type locations. But first, like I said, we will be going to get some downtown locations, which will include a lot of mausoleums. So, well, a decent amount of mausoleums. It looks like maybe pretty similar to Louisville, maybe even a bit better. I'm not really sure at this point. Lego overseas, absolutely. Yeah. I have traveled internationally in the past. I've never done it for the channel, but I am not a stranger to traveling out of the country, and so I have no problem with doing that. And absolutely, I would love to travel out of the country here in the future and get a bunch of international locations and cemeteries. I've been trying to actually plan it now for a few years, but things just keep happening, as you can tell with world events. It's been a little bit hard lately to plan big things. So I did have some stuff that I started planning back in probably around about 2018 to head out of the country internationally and do some pretty crazy stuff, actually. Not crazy, but some really interesting locations. And yeah, that just kind of got sidelined. And so basically where we're at this point in the channel, I'm trying to get back on the road on a regular basis, and then we'll work up to that stuff again. But yeah, absolutely. I will be doing international. I'll be doing some probably Canadian locations at some point. I will definitely be doing some more international drivable locations. I'd love to go into Mexico at some point too. Hey there, Faye. Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you in the chat as well. Thank you for joining us tonight. Um, so yeah, um, yeah, it's definitely been something that's been on my mind for a long time now. And as somebody who has left the country a few times before, I like doing it. I like getting to other places that I'm not used to. I like going to other countries that aren't the U.S. And so yeah, definitely, absolutely. I will be traveling internationally as soon as possible. I do have a lot of YouTube friends in other countries. Well, not a lot, I shouldn't say, but I've got a few YouTube friends in other countries, including Canada, and so there's a few people that I'd love to contact and finally get in touch with, in person at least, and do some international exploration for sure. But I'm not 100% sure when that's going to happen, but I will be sure to notify everybody as soon as it's in the works. So it looks like a lot of the borders are starting to open up now. So I'm not thinking it's going to be an incredible amount of time until I can plan out stuff like that again. But it's definitely been sort of a reset, if you can understand that. So yeah. But yeah, good question though, for sure. I'm always looking for new stuff. It's not necessarily location dependent. Um, like this time, it was just kind of easy, so ended up heading out here. Uh, you know, but sometimes I like to hit further away locations, and so I'll do that here in the future as well. Thank you. Yeah, I hope so. Um, I'm hoping to head out west again here, maybe either before the end of the year or right after the beginning of the new year. Um, so yeah, I mean, I've got tons of travels in mind. Um, it's just really been getting back on the road has been kind of the hard thing at this point. I'm Aaliyah. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Um, Yeah, I was not expecting to actually head out on the road today. First of all, I wasn't planning to head out until tomorrow morning, and then I kind of mistakenly made plans to travel, not really thinking about it, and then realized later that I had butted up all my travel against the Thanksgiving holiday, and so as is normal here in the United States, we usually go and visit people and so I will have to be heading back here really soon. Hey there, Neil and Bo. Welcome. Good to have you here. Um, yeah, I can't blame you, to be honest. The first time out, it was very nervous for me. And then after that, it started getting better and better. But yeah, for a long time, I put it off, especially with all the pandemic stuff going on. And so it's very nice to be back on the road, but there is still some level of nerves that go into it when I'm out. So like it's like for the first about hour or so or 2 hours, like I usually don't really want to be out on the road, and then it's like I get used to it, and then it kind of falls back into old habits again. But yeah, it's tough still to this day. Um, I'm a careful person in general, and so one of the good things now is that with the I usually use the apps now, and so um, I usually never see almost anyone at all. I might go through like a drive-through and grab some like food or something like that, but like uh, I checked in digitally. I used a digital key at my hotel, so like I didn't have to check in. I didn't have to see anybody. I just parked, walked up to my room, walked in, and we're done. And so yeah, I've seen all of one person on the road today, and that was when I went through a drive-through to grab some lunch, and so it's been nice. But yeah, I can completely understand. Nerves to get on the road right now are high, and um, for me especially, the holiday in general is just super nerve-wracking in general. And then to add all the pandemic stuff on top of it, it's like, so many people are out on the road right now, and so many people are just kind of anxious to get to their locations. There's a lot of people that are driving around not thinking about how they're driving and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, um, I was very nervous at first. The beginning of 2020, I ended up going out on one trip right before everything got locked down, and then after that, I was just like done. Great question, Amalia. I actually was in Chicago not too long ago. Trying to think. Wow. Oh man, I'm gonna be mad at myself now. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but I went to a hotel that was, or not hotel, excuse me, the name of the cemetery. We were all so in hotels for a minute, I got confused. But anyway, um, yeah, I agree. I love staying in hotels. It's actually a big a big thing for me. I've always loved it for years. But yeah, I went to Chicago not too long ago, and I was supposed to meet up with uh, Rob and Joe from Urban Ghost Urban Exploration, but they ended up they were a little bit too far away, and then by the time they drove, well, I got to meet up with them, but I didn't end up filming anything with them. But um, at any rate, I filmed. Oh, what was the name of the cemetery? I filmed a cemetery there. That was a very famous cemetery. It was supposedly one of the most haunted cemeteries in the entire world. It's also supposedly a dumping ground for bodies from the Al Capone gang from that from their era. So I went there and checked that out and did an infrared investigation, partial infrared investigation of the cemetery, and yeah, that would be an interesting one. I actually did find a hotel recently that is like butting up against an old abandoned cemetery. I'm hoping to visit that one soon. Um, yeah, there's just kind of a road that ends in the woods, and supposedly, according to the maps, there's potentially some graves. So I'm hoping to hit that cemetery here soon, slash hotel. But yeah. Um, oh yeah, yeah, Al Capone. Yeah. So yeah, when I was in Chicago, I did that cemetery. I'm really disappointed that I can't remember the name of the cemetery because it's so famous. But yeah, the guys were supposed to meet me there, but it ended up taking them a little bit too long to drive. So, but by the time they did meet me there, but by the time that we met there, it was dark, and there were, I mean, so many cops you couldn't imagine, and it was just like I think we're not supposed to go in here at night, and I think that we're going to be screwed if we do go in here at night. And we all kind of collectively said, yeah, we're not going in here. And so we ended up trying one more location, and then we gave up. And so that was the last time that I saw the guys. It was a lot of fun still. Got to meet up and check out some new tattoos and catch up. But yeah. That sounds very interesting, Andrew. Yeah, I've been not completely the same, but I've been seeing some videos recently about graveyards, including one famous one in Hollywood that was not only moved but like eventually paved over. There was one recently that I watched. I think it was with Dan Bell, where he investigated for the second time. It wasn't a full investigation, but went into a grocery store parking lot that had a partially paved over cemetery, and he had said that he had found some headstones there at one point. And there's also a famous I think it's in Hollywood. There's a cemetery that was partially paved over when I think they widened the road, and so they just paved over one section. And I think the one in Hollywood they moved the graves, though, if I remember correctly. But the one that Dan Bell was uh, driving through the other day, again, it was a revisit, but I believe he said that the actual grave, even the gravestones themselves, were paved over, and so um, it's kind of a sad situation. But I don't think we'll be seeing any locations like that here, but we'll be definitely seeing some really interesting stuff. Looks like there's a decent amount of mausoleums. I have been thinking there's like an old um, I'm not really sure exactly. I guess it's a Catholic convent, and it has a ton of old grottos. And a while ago, we visited Lafayette, Indiana, and in Lafayette, there was a really interesting cemetery with some homemade grottos there. And this place has actually really, really large grottos, like that you can walk in. So I might try to check that out. I'm not 100% sure. But like I said, I also found a few really cool places out in the country. I think it's going to be quite an amazing trip, to be honest. No matter how the bigger cemeteries end up turning out and how the mausoleum series turns out, but I think it's going to be really, really interesting. So I'm hoping to get by the time by Thursday, I'm hoping to get about 15. Uh, well, if I'm lucky, I'm hoping to get about 15 episodes filmed. We've also got a bunch of episodes still coming out um, from the last trip, so that's not going to be ending anytime soon. We'll have a bunch of Cave Hill episodes coming out probably until about Christmas. I may try to mix them up a little bit though, just so that we have some variety. Um, that sounds really familiar, Andrew. Um, I do know of a few circumstances where YouTubers, especially abandoned exploration YouTubers, have found some of these really old either mausoleums or in some cases funeral homes and things like that where there's um, some open, exposed graves, like decaying caskets and things like that. I'm not sure if it's 100% the one you're talking about, but I am familiar with a few situations that people have filmed, so it's possible. Um, um, yeah, if I find out what it is, I would like to get up and document it for sure. There's another place like that I'm trying to document that I haven't been able to make it to yet. Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate that. To be honest, I wonder sometimes, and uh, I really appreciate when, you know, I get feedback from everyone. Yes, Faye, I think so. I really think so. It looks like Toledo's not quite as big of a town as Louisville, to my knowledge. I don't know, maybe population wise it's different, but um, I really, from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be pretty productive here. So, and the outlying locations, the more country based locations, look really cool. And so I think we're gonna have a really good trip here. The unfortunate part of the Louisville, there was some really amazing stuff that I had to let go because it was literally um, on a military base, and I might be able to go back there. There is a way to call um, and get permission, but I didn't have enough time while I was there to do it. But I found three different abandoned cemeteries in what is now United States Army territory. No one's allowed to go there unless you call specifically and ask for permission, and so I'm hoping to go back there and get that. But I had found them, and I didn't realize because it wasn't really marked on the map, and so I went there, and as soon as I got to the roads, there was these gigantic signs saying no filming, no entry, deadly force authorized. But it did say if you want access to this location, feel free to call this number and contact the military person in charge of the place. Thank you. Yeah, I have a whole series. I think it's going to be a 3-part at least series coming out about the statues only. There's some things that I included on Instagram and some things that I haven't. So I think it's going to be a really, really good series. Big Steve, good to see you, man. How you doing? Obviously, some of you know I've been out with Big Steve out in California a few times, filming some of the biggest videos on the 539 channel. So many thanks to him for that. And so make sure you check out his channel. But yeah, good to see you, Steve. Hoping to make it back out to Cali soon and do some more adventures here. So I'll definitely be hitting you up here soon. Although I'm not sure if I have your current phone number. I tried texting you a few times. But feel free to text whenever. Oh, let me see if I can screenshot that real quick. Thank you, Andrew. I hope I don't. Got it. Okay, cool. I didn't screw the stream, and I got the screenshot. I'll look that up. Yes, much love, Steve. Yeah, it was great. Big Steve is so knowledgeable about everything that is the Bay Area. Yeah, I think if Big Steve, I think if he wanted to, he can make a lot of money being a tour guide in the Bay Area. Just so knowledgeable at everything. It was great. Absolutely wonderful time in the Bay Area. And we checked out a few different cemeteries that were absolutely incredible. Some of the views were just amazing. Being able to look down and see the downtown areas and it was just incredible. So if you have not, oh hey, got it, Steve. Cool, thank you, Ben. Yeah, I think that might be a number I don't have. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, we'll be getting back out there and doing some incredible stuff here pretty soon in the Bay Area again, because amazing stuff. And if you haven't checked it out again, make sure you check out some of the stuff that I did with Big Steve. You'll know it by it's probably some of the most famous stuff on my channel. So if you're having, sorry, apparently this desk moves. It does have wheels. Okay. So yeah. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, good guy. Yeah, Steve does live streams every day too. Besides, he has some really popular exploring videos too, but he also does streams. So. Oh yeah, absolutely. It was so much fun getting out there. Yeah, Big Steve was really fun to be with. You were really fun to be with, man. I appreciate you. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, it will not be the last time. It will not be the last time. I do promise that. We will get together here soon. I'm hoping to head out that way again here soon, since hopefully everything's starting to get back to normal. So, but yeah. Ohio. I'm actually further away from Cali right now. But I wish I were in that Cali weather right now. But right now I am in Dayton, Ohio, ready to do some mausoleum stuff here. So, not maybe, I don't know exactly how comparable it is. I won't say that. I don't want to insult Ohio, but Cali was so good that it's gonna be tough. I will say that. But yeah. So I'll be doing some stuff on other platforms as we go. Obviously, the YouTube stuff won't come out probably for a few weeks. Like I said, I've got still a bunch of stuff from Kentucky that will be coming out first. Some of it may come out kind of mixed up just because I like to do that. I like to kind of give everybody a variety of locations and video types. So I may try to do some sort of mix in between, but there will be stuff coming out on Instagram. There will be stuff coming out on TikTok. All these are under the 539 Productions name. So make sure to check that out. I'm going to be trying to do as much as humanly possible on the other platforms while I'm here and on the road. That way there's no gap for those of you that want to check all that other stuff out. So, yeah. I know a lot of you aren't huge fans of TikTok, but at the same time, there's a lot of unique content on there that at least that I make. I'm not asking you to love the platform, but I do make unique cemetery and travel content on there. So if you're looking for like shorter format, 3-minute or less videos which show some really cool stuff around the country, then check out my TikTok as well as my Instagram for some really cool still shots as well. So I'm always posting on there. I think there's probably hundreds of new photos since the last time that I promoted the Instagram account. So yeah, make sure to check it out. So let's see, what else do I need to plug here while I'm in Ohio? Oh yeah, I might try to do some other live streams too. I know in the last live stream I plugged the Twitch account. So I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to work it in, but I will try to do a live stream on Twitch. Maybe even try to do a live stream on TikTok. I'm not really sure. I've never tried a live stream on TikTok, so I don't really know how that's going to go. But excuse me, we might try it. So, but that'll all start tomorrow. I'm going to be out starting probably around noon, and well, maybe sooner, hopefully, because once again the cemetery, the biggest cemetery here closes, I think, not quite as early as Kentucky in Louisville, but I think it closes around 5:30, so I'll have to be getting in and out relatively quickly. I will be trying to spend as much time there as possible. It's another fairly big one, like I said, with a lot of mausoleums, and so I think it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to tell everybody. I will probably have more tomorrow. I'm going to try to do more live streams throughout the week up until Thursday. I may even try to do a live stream on Thursday. Obviously, I'm going to be traveling home on Thanksgiving, so that might be kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes. Me and Steve should do some dance. Steve probably has better dance moves than I do. I've seen Steve's dance moves. Steve's brave enough to dance, and I'm not. Thank you, Neil and Bo. Yeah, I will try to stay warm. I've got a bunch of layers with me, but yeah, I don't know. You can check out Steve's channel for some dancing. He does some dancing every once in a while, and he's a brave guy, and I'm not. At least not in that way. Oh, I lost track. But yeah, oh yeah. So I will try and do some, possibly some live from the road as well. Well, obviously I'm on the road, but I mean, like, in terms of, like, maybe in one of the cemeteries if I have time. I appreciate it, Faye. You hate dancing. I've seen some interesting dancing on your channel, though. And you're still better than what I could do. I'm sure it was for comedy, but, like, I don't think I could ever even attempt to start. I would just be embarrassed. I'm sorry, I've got the TV on in the background. I keep looking at it. So if if I seem to keep getting distracted, it's because there's literally a television like 2 feet that way. So every time it flashes, I like look that way. But I wish I could show you guys a little bit better of a view. Well, I probably could switch the camera real quick if you guys want to see a quick view. I'm not, like I said, I'm not actually in Dayton. I'm in a small town close by. Yeah, I think I was watching that live stream. That was a good one. That was hilarious. Yep. Us damn YouTubers. All right, I'll give you a quick a view here. Let's see. I gotta switch around. Wow, that's dramatic. Okay, there we go. So this is the old view from the room. There's my car right there, and then some interesting stuff. It's not that great of a view, but it's better than last time. I don't know exactly. Whoop, no, now I can't do it without reflection. Okay, let's see if I can get over here and avoid the reflection, because there's actually I swear, a downtown view. All right, let's see if I can cover it. Oh, you can't really see it that well. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna have to turn off some lights real quick. Let me switch the. I keep hitting the button and it doesn't do anything. I don't know if it's YouTube and the app or what. I keep hitting the switch cameras thing. Yeah, I need to. I wish I could do some more nightlight stuff. Maybe someday here, but I don't know. I'm still a little bit afraid to get out there. But I like looking at it. All right, let me turn the lights off so we can get a little bit better. Well, a few of them to get a better view. The blue car will be making a comeback. It is not done for. It's just in the official Matt Isaac 539 shop. It's getting some upgrades. But I'm going to be getting a new paint job, new stereo system, and possibly new wheels. I already got new headlights, all kinds of stuff. So it'll be back. I'm just currently designing a road trip vehicle. But all right, let me turn this off real quick and see if we can get a better view. I think that's going to be better. All right. Okay. No. Kind of. Oh yeah, bro. I think if we went out and made a scared at night video, it'd be like viral. We can do that next time. I don't care. What am I even? Oh yeah. Okay, I can't show that. That's Shark Tank. I'll get copyright claimed. Oh, I can't block it though. It doesn't matter, I guess. There's really no seeing anything. There's like some cool restaurants over there though. I think there's an Israeli restaurant like somewhere around there that I'm going to try to eat tomorrow. But I think it's actually the strip mall over from there. So, and of course, I ate at Big Boys tonight, which I thought was owned by Azars, but apparently in Ohio, the Big Boys is owned by a completely different. There we go. I've never done some, yeah. We can do some ghost stuff. Take you out to Vegas and take you into that uh, to the mine we were in with Xavier. I think he'd like that, Steve. But yeah. See, last time there was a huge wreck in Kentucky. I was like right in front of a highway, and there was like a really huge wreck the first night. But I really couldn't zoom in and see anything. So, yeah, I think that's downtown, straight down that way. Not downtown Dayton, but downtown wherever the hell I am. So, yeah, we'll get a better view maybe tomorrow. No, I don't know, Steve. I think that one was big enough. I think we'll be good. I don't think there's a human in existence that was too big to fit in that mine. Although there's plenty of people who are probably too smart to go in the mine. You might be one of them, Big Steve. I unfortunately was not, and probably nearly died. But like, there was some strange stuff going on. But I think it'd make a good one for you. Yeah, that was the first big boy that I've been to. It was a drive-through, but it was the first that I've been to in many years. Um, and the last one I was at was owned by a company called Azars, which I thought was the original big boy company. But apparently, in Ohio, sorry, I don't know if that froze. But anyway, apparently in Ohio, I should turn some lights back on. Oh, but anyway, here it's owned by a different company. That is really harsh lighting. Hell yeah, it's the best. Those make the best ghost videos and haunted videos. You gotta get scared. If you're too brave, no one's gonna watch your videos. Like, no one wants to see you go into a haunted place and be brave. Like, let's be honest. Every famous ghost TV show on online, or not online, on TV is a bunch of people getting really scared. And if you ever notice, they're always like somehow like the people you would least expect to get scared. Like, I don't know. If you want to see like some NFL linebacker scream like a little baby, like watch a ghost TV show. Although I gotta say that I still think the YouTube series are better. I'm not big into the haunted television series. I think there's a lot of fakes on TV, and I feel like the online crowd has a lot better content. To be honest, I don't know. I'm not big into to a lot of them. I'm not hugely familiar with all of them, so don't feel offended if I'm like saying something and you know somebody that you really love that's on TV. But in the past, I have not been impressed. But it's been some time now since I've really done any watching of the Ghost series. So man, I think I'm forgetting something I was supposed to say though. Yeah, the Helltown videos were. Well, I was scared making them. There were some interesting places, and then of course, obviously, I nearly got arrested. So, um, yeah, that makes your life kind of flash before your eyes. I think the last thing I heard before I found out that I wasn't getting arrested was one of the cops on the radio radioing back to dispatch, and I heard him say, "Yeah, he knows what he did," and so, like, I kind of assumed that I was going to jail, but I did not, and I got away with a $130 ticket for entering a barn. But overall, it was a lot of fun filming there. I would love to go back to Helltown at some point. It's probably gonna be a while. I feel like I need to turn on more lights. This lighting is really annoying. Okay, hold on just a second. I think that's kind of better. Yeah, and there's some stories too. I don't know how many people. I think I've told this story a few times, but one of the cops actually ended up being a fan. He looked up the channel, and I remember the last thing that we did. We got into the car at the end of the night after not realizing, or not knowing even if we were going to be able to get into the car at the end of the night. We got in and started to head back to the hotel, and there were three cop cars there, and two of them pulled away. Well, all three of them started to pull away, and then two of them went off in the distance, and I see the last one hit the brakes and put it in park again, and the cop hopped out of the car and came back to the window and knocked on the window, and at this point we were so freaked out anyway that we were like, okay, surely they probably just changed their mind and now we're getting arrested. And as soon as we rolled down the window, he said, "Hey, I just checked out your channel. Just wanted to let you know, I'm like a huge fan of what you're doing. I will totally keep up on your channel, and please, please, please don't let tonight discourage you from continuing to do what you do. Like, I'm really sorry this happened. It should never have happened." And he said, "Have a good night," and walked away. And as far as I know, to this day, he still watches the channel. Um, so yeah, really good guy, really good guy, really nice, and felt kind of bad for. It was kind of a weird situation. There had been some random events that had occurred in the area that had led up to the events of me almost getting arrested. Um, and I don't know if I've ever actually told some of the behind story. Afterwards, they kind of explained to us why what had happened. Um, and apparently there were some arson um, investigations that had gone on because of a few buildings being burned down in the woods, and that was the reason behind them being so protective of that area. But um, as a lot of people have said, it seemed like a little bit too much. Um, but that being said, yeah, those, despite how initially harsh they were on us in terms of like hunting us down literally, it turned out to be a fairly good situation. And so some parts of it I regret, obviously, but like overall it was pretty good. And it definitely changed my perspectives in some ways. In some ways, for sure. Um, but but yeah, I think I would go back there for sure. I don't think I would do it the same way as when I was there the last time, but it was a really cool place. Had a lot of history to it. Some of it was true, some of it was rumor. Um, I don't know that there was as big of a chemical disaster there as what they would as what some people would lead to believe, but there was definitely something that happened there. There was definitely a factory that had some problems and got shut down, and a few houses got bought up for different reasons. Some of them were just because of the park. Um, Sometimes in building a national park or a state park, they claim land. It may not seem fair to a lot of people, and maybe it isn't fair. Um, I'm not going to argue yes or no on that, but um, they do occasionally use eminent domain to seize some of the land for these parks. And so, despite the fact that it might seem scary or that there was like some natural disaster. I think there was, again, some small form of a natural disaster there. Not natural, but a chemical disaster there. But I think most of it was the creation of the park area, even though there's a lot of rumors. But there is a lot of abandoned stuff. There's a lot of abandoned houses. There's a lot of things that are just left behind. If you watch the series, it is there is a surprising amount of possessions in these places, whether it's furniture. We found artwork and paintings and journals, some really crazy, creepy journals from people that he used to live in the house in one of the episodes. That's a really great episode. I can't remember what it's called, but if you watch no other episode from the Helltown series, it's the one abandoned house with the horse picture. And oh, Bachelor's Grove. Yeah, that's the cemetery from Chicago. But the cemetery with, or not cemetery, excuse me, the house, abandoned house with the horse painting. That's the only thing I know about the thumbnail. I can't remember what I labeled the video, but it is one of the craziest series on the channel. It's a two-part series going through the house and the barn behind, and it's got some of the most amazing things left behind, including the journal, the private diary of one of the people that used to live there, and it just some of the most cryptic, weird, mysterious journal entries that I've ever seen. It's so bizarre. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you being here. You have a good night too, Needle and Bow. Appreciate you. Maybe we'll see you next time. But yeah, to those of you who haven't seen that series, there's more than two, but just on that particular property, man, I mean, there's only a few properties that I can think of that I've been to that have been more, that I've found more incredible things in there. Yeah, I know quite a bit about Centralia. I've been wanting to go there for a while. I know that they kind of suggest that you don't go there anymore. I know there's, I just saw a fairly recent photograph of somebody that went there, and apparently there's a bunch of signage up now saying, it's not saying no trespassing, which is kind of cool, but it does say that it's incredibly dangerous with the underground mine and the fire and everything like that. But I would like to make it there still. I don't mind the risk in terms of the fire. I mean, it is risky for sure, but like, I think I would definitely take that risk to go and check it out. But I would like to, that's one of those places I would like to take somebody along with me. I've been loosely sort of discussing things about that area. Not too recently, but in the recent past with a few people to maybe think about maybe doing something like that in the future. So it might be happening here soon. But let me see if I can fix this. It's so harsh. There we go. That's a little bit better. I don't know. That's about as good as I can get it. Just makes me look so weird. I probably need a haircut too, though. But anyway, yeah. Would love to make it out to Centralia. There's a couple other places out there that I would love to do. The Pennsylvania Turnpike is another one. It's a abandoned section of, I think, 10 miles of interstate highway that got rerouted, and now you can hike through the old highway and through the tunnels going through the mountains. And so I would love to do that. There's also some hidden stuff inside. If you know anything about the tunnels going through the Appalachians and everything, there's little subtunnels and buildings off to the side and like office areas and things like that. Um, so it makes kind of a interesting explore if you can get into places like that. And I'm pretty sure it's still open technically for anyone that wants to hike it. I think there's some rules and regulations around it, but I don't think that it's off limits even. I know it used to not be for a long time, so if it is now, then it's definitely changed. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's another one in that area that I would love to go to and film. Um, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll have to hit up a few people. I know some people, um, maybe even some of you that that live in that area now, and so it may be possible to actually go up and or go down, I should say, and film a few of those locations. So we'll see here soon. But oh wow, I didn't realize we've been going for an hour now. But yeah, Pennsylvania is a definite one. I would love to get into the New England area. Um, I have plans for Maryland. I have an actual personal family cemetery that is out in Maryland that my family just found, a lot like some of the places that we've been to on the 539 channel. And it was behind some farmer or somebody's house, and apparently had some Revolutionary War veterans and other things in it. And so I'm hoping to actually document there. I've never actually been there myself. My parents have, and a few of my aunts and uncles have been there. But yeah, we just discovered it. I want to say 5 years ago, and it's one of the oldest cemeteries in our family. So I should be actually documenting a personal family cemetery here pretty soon, uh, with some apparently some of our relatives that were fighting in the Revolutionary War. So it'll be an interesting one, but I'm not sure exactly how soon I'm going to get out there, but hopefully here within the next year or so. Uh, it's been kind of the plan, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for right now. I don't know if anybody had any questions or anything about the recent videos. There will be a brand new video. It is scheduled for tomorrow. It will be out at 11 a.m. It is the Civil War Memorial section of the Cave Hill Cemetery in Kentucky. It's a fairly long, excuse me, I almost said large, but it's a fairly long video. I think it's about 20 minutes long, somewhere around that, and it's a really cool episode. And I think it's something that you all will enjoy. And so, again, that'll be out at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So, yeah, definitely. The Turnpike is so cool. Um, I don't know if you've ever been through like the gigantic tunnels in the Appalachians. It's exactly like that, except it's just walking now. And yeah, yeah, the cemetery I went with my dad. I'm going back there pretty soon. We've been trying to make it down there, um, to visit some relatives, as well as make it down to one of the cemeteries that we missed while we were down there. That's also in the area where the ghost town is. There's an old Pentecostal church that has been there literally, I think, since my dad was a teenager. And behind it, up a hill, is a little hidden Pentecostal cemetery. And so we're going to go and hit that up next time we're there. But I I should say about the cemetery that we did visit on the channel, a few people, for some reason, I don't know, of all the cemeteries I've been in, I've only received a couple of messages like this, and that was one of them. They pretty much told me I wasn't allowed to be there, and that's literally my family buried at that cemetery. Like a bunch of those people are literally my family. So, like when some of these people tell me I'm not allowed to be in these places, it's especially in places like that, it's kind of ridiculous. I thought that was kind of funny. I always wanted to say something about that, but like literally, like just because it was like this little private looking family cemetery, they thought that I was like somehow trespassing. And it's like these are literally my aunts, uncles, like people that my dad used to live with, his friends, and people that he used to that he grew up with. And I just think it's kind of funny that somebody actually told me I shouldn't be there. Yeah, the marble doesn't do really well. I haven't heard good things about marble. Period. Uh, for that, if you really want a good material, granite is a little bit stronger, and other things, quartz is probably maybe a little bit better. But yeah, apparently marble is actually just expensive, not really a good material. But yeah, I've heard of that for sure. So yeah, don't build things with marble. And I've heard the same with marble countertops too. It just really doesn't last. It's one of those things that you're going to end up regretting later because it's going to look terrible or get worn out or things like that. But yeah. All right. We've been going just about an hour now. Again, it's kind of just a hotel stream. I wanted to kind of check in, catch up, let you all know what was going on here in Ohio. And like I said, I'll be here until Thursday. So I'll try to do some actual streams on the road probably tomorrow. I'm thinking, like I said, to do the bigger cemetery in Toledo, excuse me, in Dayton tomorrow. And so if possible, I'll maybe try and do like a live stream from the downtown area or something like that if I can find something interesting, or I'm not sure. But make sure to stay tuned. I'll be keeping everybody updated on Instagram on that. And let's see, I'm missing some red granite works. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've seen a lot of red granite that looks amazing. So absolutely. Thanks for joining us, Faye. Appreciate you being here. Have a beer. Hell yeah. Appreciate that, John. I'll make sure to do that. Thanks, Shauna. Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. And to everybody out there. I'm not the biggest fan of the Thanksgiving holiday, but in terms of like getting together with family and friends and celebrating what's good in your lives, that's awesome. And so I hope all of you enjoy this holiday season and get together with loved ones and or friends and anybody that you consider important in your life. And so, yeah, wish the best to all of you out there. Yeah, thanks, Emily. I appreciate you. Yeah, like I said, we'll be going live a few more times over the trip, so make sure to tune in. Hope that all of you can make it, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been a really great live stream, despite being a little bit shorter than the normal live streams. I appreciate so many of you coming in and being so chatty and asking so many cool questions, and it's been great. So, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, John. And again, I'll keep you updated on Instagram, and I will be on here a few more times during the trip. So, y'all have a wonderful, great night, and I will see you all tomorrow sometime. Night, everybody.